Hey guys, this is going to be a quick look at the Mountaintop Outdoor Equipment Company Adventure 50 liter pack. This is a great mid-size hiking pack for your summer, spring trips where you're not really going to need a tremendous amount of gear. It's very well made. The components and materials are very high quality, so I highly recommend this pack. We'll go ahead and just talk about some specs first and the materials of it, then we'll take a look at the bag a little bit more in depth. So first of all, I do want to mention that it is made of a really lightweight ripstop nylon, as you can see there. Really high quality stuff. Ripstop is by far my favorite material on a hiking pack and on clothing, anything, because it is extremely abrasion resistant. So really nice. You've got excellent zippers that are super smooth, and then you've got really nice side release buckles. The side release buckles are actually YKK brand, and if you know anything about YKK, you know that that's kind of the standard that other materials are measured up to. So really great that it includes YKK hardware. So that's pretty much it in terms of materials. So we'll go ahead and just kind of take a look at the pack from the outside in and just go from there. So you'll see here pretty much immediately you do have an external pocket. It's not a big pocket or anything, and if you've got the inside of the pack loaded, I've got it stuffed with a pillow right now. So just imagine if you had a lot of gear in there. As you can see, it doesn't leave a tremendous amount of room in this pocket, so do keep that in mind. You're not going to really want to put anything bulky in there because it's going to limit space on the inside. So just pack accordingly, but it does follow this seam here that runs around it. So it's actually really generously sized. It gives you a lot of space. Rotating around to the side, you've of course got a mesh water bottle pocket. Pretty standard, nothing tremendously fancy or anything about it, and that's going to be the same on both sides. Alright, and that water bottle pocket is the same on the other side. You've also got two sets of compression straps, one here at the bottom, one up here at the top as well, and that is the same on the other side as well. Also, a cool thing about this pack that Mountaintop does is you'll notice this little section of shock cord here. What this is basically designed to do is hold your trekking poles. So basically you can just slide a trekking pole in there and pull the tag in like this and slide the cord lock down, and it's going to hold a trekking pole. And you've got the same thing over here on the other side, so that's actually really cool. We'll go ahead and take a look at the suspension. As you'll see right off the bat, it is not adjustable, so you need to make sure that you fit. I am a little over 6'1", weigh about 250, and it fits me fine, no issues. I've got to let a lot out of the shoulder straps, so but it does indeed fit. The shoulder straps are very well padded. You've got about ½ an inch of padding on the shoulder straps, and they are contoured or S-curved, so they're gonna conform to the shape of your body, so it makes it a little bit more comfortable if you're going on a long hike. Looking at the padding on the back here, you've got a nice lumbar pad, really thick padding, probably a little thicker than the shoulder straps, and then some padding here to run along the outsides of your spine, and that creates a channel here, which is basically designed to benefit you in terms of air circulation. Essentially, these 3 pads cause this section to sit off of your back a little bit, which allows air to run through this area and cool your back off. So you combine that air circulation with the fact that this thing has mesh on it, and it's going to allow your sweaty back to dry off pretty quickly and easily, which is nice. You've got a pretty standard hip belt. It isn't removable or adjustable. It is sewn in, so do keep that in mind. I wish the padding was a little bit thicker on the hip belt, and I do wish you had some kind of stiffener in there, but that's not that big of a deal. It's definitely not a deal breaker. You've got kind of your standard hip belt pockets, not very big. It's not going to fit a modern day cell phone, smartphone rather. Basically your keys, your wallet, maybe a Snickers bar, some candy, stuff like that. One thing to keep in mind about the hip belt pockets is, if you are a larger person like I am, I've got about a 38-inch waist. The way that this sits on my body, these are kind of towards my kidneys, so it makes it pretty difficult to get to by myself, if not just about impossible. So do keep that in mind. If you've got a buddy with you, it's not that big of a deal, but of course, by yourself it may be a little difficult. One thing I didn't mention is you've got a sternum strap with a side release buckle that has a whistle on it, and you've got a ton of adjustment room. So this is really going to fit a wide variety of body types. And one thing that I love to see is the fact that the sternum strap is elasticized, so when you're moving, it's definitely going to move with you. The bag is hydration compatible. However, you've only got an opening on the right side, so that is something that you may want to take into consideration. On the lid, you've got a pretty good amount of storage space in there, which is great. Go ahead and pop the lid off, and you'll see you've got a small little mesh area that you can store some documents and stuff like that if you want to. So you've got just kind of your standard retention strap here, and then drawstring there. And let me pull this pillow out real quick and let you take a look down in there if the light will catch it. Pretty standard, no internal organization or anything. Again, it is hydration compatible. There's your hangers to hang your bladder, and you've got a little section here that you can drop it down into, and of course you're going to run it out right here on that right shoulder. It is an internal frame pack. You've got a nice plastic frame here, and then an aluminum stay bar, so it's going to stay nice and rigid for you. So that pretty much sums it up, guys. This is a really high quality pack, made very well. Again, for your spring, summer, early fall lightweight trips where you're not packing a ton of gear. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments box below, and thanks for watching.